Yes, we're back. It's Roshfooco watches and things, and today, why have one basic Casio digital watch when you can have a handful? Let's get into it. First up, everyone's apparent favourite, Casio F91w with a module 593. This little gadget is only 33, 38, 8.5, 20 grams. You can pick this one up for less than a tenner. I guess it does have provenance being seen on many people's wrists. Incredibly well selling watch around the world. The module 593 is particularly basic. Time, day, date, alarm, single, stopwatch, home screen. This one does have a shitty green light. Apologies for that. Just turn off that. You can have a look at the light. Yeah. Yes. That is your Casio F91w. You can see this one. I've had this one for years. This is rallied. I do have another one which... Alright, don't shoot me. It's a 20mm NATO. Much better condition. Wear this sometimes, you know. I mean, it's very, very small. In fact, I'll put it on for a second. Okay, there it is on my 7-inch wrist. You can see it's only a 33mm diameter watch, so it's pretty diddy. It's cheap, it's basic. Lots of people do like them, like to keep one in their collection. That's fair enough. Buy one, they're pretty cheap. Make sure it's legit. This pusher, bottom right, 2, 3, 4, yeah. Comes up with Casio written down there. That means it's legit. It's the Casio F91w. Next up is the chromed counterpart to the F91w. This is the A163w. Same module, pretty much the same watch. Some of the kind of markings on the dial is different, but the exact same layout, same module, same case to a degree. Slightly smaller actually. We'll take a look at that in a bit more detail. Chrome coloured resin case, stainless steel band, thin, not much to it. So the A163w, 33, just like the last watch. This one is a bit smaller, lug to lug, 36.5, and it's 9mm thick. Because of the use of stainless steel in the band here, this one's a little heavier, 45 grams, but it's not much. Again, as before, the lugs are 18mm, just below about 17.8, as are all of the watches I'm going to show you today. But they do that bit where they... Oh, struggling to focus. So the lugs are in here and then they flare out the band. So if you do stick an 18mm band on there, it's going to look fairly thin. But again, that tapers down nicely. 45 grams on the wrist. A little bit more expensive, approximately £15 I guess. Obviously you can see I've had this one for a long time. You have to go and check the prices on this one. I'll just stick it on for a second. There it is on my wrist. Again, it's small, but I think the stainless steel colouring gives it a little more presence. I much prefer this one to the F91w for what it's worth. Next up is the Casio A168, this time with a 3298 module. Come on, focus. There you go, 3298 in the box. That gives you the module, and that is our reference there. Okay, now we're talking. The previous two, pretty small, pretty cheap. This one has got a little more about it. It's 35mm across. It's 38.5 lug to lug, and it's 9.5 thick. It's pretty much the same functionality as the last two. Alarm, stopwatch, home screen, but this time it is an illuminator. So let's just see the difference in the lights here. Yeah, look at that. Look at the difference. The A168 again with this steel bracelet, just folded, not engineered to the higher standards, but it looks okay, it does the job. I'll try it on. Okay, now you're talking. Just that little 2mm wider on the case there gives it much more oomph, much more presence when you wear it. A little more expensive, 20 quid, just over 20 quid usually you can pick these up for. And if you're worried about the kind of daintiness of the F91 and the A163, this one may be the way forward. And lastly is the F108wh, this time with a 3224 module, as you can see displayed on the back there. Now this one doesn't get as much exposure as the others. It's got the same basic functions, but 42.5, just over 44 lug to lug, and 10.5 thick. Yes, it is completely resin. I think you can get it in different colours. Apologies, I've had mine for years, so I've got just a kind of crappy buckle and keeper that I threw on there because the other ones have disintegrated. But it's those dimensions again, isn't it? Let me just stick it on for a second. Here we are, and remember, 7-inch wrist, and that thing looks at home, doesn't it? It's certainly not too thick, but that case diameter and lug to lug fits standard size wrist much better than the others. Doesn't get so much love, this F108. It's only 15 quid there or thereabouts. It doesn't weigh much, it's only 34 grams because it's all made out of plastic. But if you're thinking, I want to get a Casio, it's easy, pick it up, stick it on the wrist. They're pretty cool, they're pretty retro, but I don't like them, they're too small. Maybe this one's the fella for you. Another thing to note is we've got bigger pushers here. So if you've got fat fingers, this one might be the touch. And we've also got slightly different button layout and a decent enough light. Let me just get rid of that, and yeah, it's got one of those orange backlights just like you find on a Casio Royale. So the backlight works well, it's a decent size. Check that it's legit, this time it's top left I think, hold on. Yeah, there you go, Casio, so it's a legit one. And there it is guys, 4 basic digital Casio models, from the famous to the not so famous. There it is. I reckon you should have at least one of them in your collection. Pick it up, grab and go. But which one's it going to be? Roshfooco watches and things. I'm not quite out. Hold on a second. So, why am I talking about press this button to check if it's legit or not? Well, they are very popular watches, and anything that's popular is going to be aped or copied. No Casio. What's going on with this one? Let me turn off the lights and I'll show you. Let's press the light on this one. What is that? That, my friends, is a fake Casio A159w. It is a piece of shit. Do watch out when you're buying cheap things on online auction sites, because you might get one of these. Anyway, this is Roshfooco Watches and Things. We've had a look at 4 and a bit Casios, and I'm out.